Good evening, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday.
I realized that while they don't hear the music, we still hear.
Yeah, we still hear the music.
Come on, honey. We still hear the music.
Now they're seeing my butt shake on camera, too.
Okay, no more music.
No more music. Music is all gone. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy day 38?
9.
9.
You made the video.
I know.
Oh,
I can't remember anymore.
No, you the other day told me on video, you reprimanded me, you teased me about it, saying, "How didn't you remember?" And I had to make him. I just want to point out that you do it too.
Good evening. We're cooking tonight. We're in the kitchen this evening. Hope you're all having a great week so far.
A therapy session.
No therapy. We're done.
No therapy.
Therapy's done. It's so funny. Someone actually posted they really don't like each other, and I was like, "Yeah, no, we really don't.
No,
we really don't."
At all.
So welcome to Cook in the Kitchen with Jean-Luc and Nick. Tonight's a very special night because guess what? We had dinner early. Oh, shocker!
Jean-Luc made some delicious. He made a delicious.
Israeli couscous
mixed with mashed yams and corn and rice not rice and peas. It was
spinach.
It was so good.
It really turned out really well.
Really
yeah.
good.
And it's funny because that wasn't what's supposed to be made. Because we had turkey on the weekend. He's like, we have hamburger buns. He goes, why don't we make ourselves like a hot turkey sandwich? And I was like, awesome idea. And my brain went to that instead. I don't know why. You know why? Because I did not prep this week. This week was such a crazy
week.
Create
a menu for the
I didn't create my week, and every other week so far through Kickstart, I did, and we pretty much
keeping that commitment.
Yeah, I think I am. I'm gonna try to change it up a bit, but I love that commitment. I really like that commitment.
So, like we told you guys, cycle 1 ends on Sunday. So, what we mean by cycle 1 is that your first 42 days are over. So now you get to explore it if you want to change your commitments even more. I'm planning to change some of mine drastically. Because I've noticed that, so one of ours, we are going to be teaching STEP this summer. Our only classes we're teaching is at 6:30 in the morning. We cannot miss it constantly. So one of my commitments will be I have to wake up early in the morning. I have to wake up by 6 a.m. every weekday that I have to go to work. That'll be my commitment. So that's one of the ones I'm going to bring in. And we're both going to explore different things to change in our commitments to try to rein ourselves in. Because remember what we said to you guys, we're trying not to create it all or nothing this time for us. So we haven't stopped some of our habits. So we've noticed these commitments that, okay, maybe we need to change this now and this, because we have improved on some habits. My teeth are like amazing. I brush and floss Monday, mornings and nights.
Yeah.
All the time now. And it's a habit now. I just do it.
Just like my morning meditation. I do a 5-minute morning meditation, and I do it. Sometimes I do it at my computer, but I put everything else off and I just put my headphones on, and I'm loving it. I love it. And I never thought I would enjoy that in the morning.
So that's what cycle 1 is. So cycle 2 means the next 42 days. So from day 43 to 84 is your next cycle. You'll also notice that the fitness challenge, day with 80 seconds of plank, but when we go back next week, it'll go down back to 20 seconds. But you'll be doing 2 sets of them. Because cycle 2, everything
you'll be doing 40 seconds, not really 20.
But 2 sets of 20. So you're going to be able to 20, take a break, and 20 more.
Logistics.
But still, and essentially cycle 2, everything doubles. Then when we get to day 85, everything triples. So the summer, you'll progress through things. The dashboard has links and videos for you guys to watch this summer. There's daily tasks. And there's also been another change we made to the dashboard today. So we actually
Can we hold on that so I can tell him what I'm making? Sure. This is actually a cooking show, but but it's Nick's like, it's all about the dashboard. Welcome to Dashboard.
I just went to the dashboard right now.
So I started already because I want to get the apples on the stove. I'm making.
What are you making?
So this evening I am making cinnamon apple spring rolls, and I'm also making not cherry rolls, never cherry for me. Strawberry cheesecake spring rolls. Or cheesecake spring rolls, because you can put any fruit you want in it, except for Jean-Luc and Nick.
So we have for those of you who have our recipe book, the summer one. These recipes are on page 72 and 74. If you're looking for this recipe book, it is on Amazon. So just go look for Cooking on Your Journey with Jean-Luc and Nick, summer 2025.
So what I've done is I've actually cut my apple off of the core in like thin strips, because then I'm going to use my Starfrit cutter to cut them into little cubes because this is the perfect size for them. You can do it by hand. You don't need
The
one of
last time I
these
thought
little cutters.
we wanted them smaller.
You can't do it smaller. The apple gets stuck and it's not good. Trust me. Been there, done that. Not going to do it again because that thing is a pain in the derriere to clean.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
it.
Done it. No, never again. Done.
Moving on.
Yes. So I'm just going to cut these as Nick continues with the dashboard.
Okay, so I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys to show you guys the changes that we made today. I mean, this is related to step classes. So what happens is that we've regularly had the schedule on there, but because we have issues, our air conditioner's still not working. So we talked about that the other day. Our AC is still out. We actually had to call the building today, and they're like, "Yeah, your entire unit's up. Like, we're
We
off."
had to turn it off.
So we don't have any air conditioning right now, and until they find the part, we can't get it turned on. So we have fans going. So that doing step in that kind of temperature is just not worth it. So today, instead of doing step, we washed all our windows on the balcony. We washed all the windows, the furniture, the chest. I even mopped the floor out there because it was a little dusty. And, we walk in and out. We don't want to get all the dust from outside inside. So we cleaned the whole balcony because this weekend we have guests over and we want to sit outside. So we didn't sit down and do nothing. We still did something at home. It was squatting. It was, reaching. It was dancing a little sometimes.
Yeah. So while so just a quick, just to give you guys an idea, what I'm now going to start doing is I'm actually going to start putting in my ingredients, my butter, my maple syrup, my brown sugar, and my cinnamon into I use this wok type pan all the time. It's my go-to. I like it because it makes less mess on the stove because it's higher up. But I'm gonna start melting that, and then I'm gonna add my apples to that as after it warms up and the butter is all melted. Okay.
You're all good?
Yeah.
Back to you, Nick.
Back to you, Nick.
I was like, waiting for a signal. Thanks, honey. So I'm going to share my screen right now with those of you in Zoom right now and online. Just show you guys a change that was done today and a few other things for those of you who haven't been around for a while. So first of all, happy birthday to Shelly, if she's here. Happy birthday, Shelly. So first things first is the chat section that's new. So that's there. There's my pictures with Peru yesterday. Yes, that's our photo shoot. You'll see more pictures of us on there. Just, another place to share our journey. Okay, so let's go to day 39. So day 39, what I've done is I've changed the step area. So what I've noticed is that, first of all, to find a step class, you guys have to go search for them. And it's hard to find a variety. So I took that guesswork out of the way for you. If you scroll down now, go to the step section, you actually have a daily step class video right there for you. Sorry, I went down too far. Right there. There's a step basic and step advanced class, and every day they change. So every single day when you go on and say you log on and we can cancel step, you right now have 2 classes of our whole library, and most of them are different, but we just finished downloading all of our videos. So I will go back and rechange everything so that you have different classes all summer long. So if you want to do step, you can do it. Of course, we'll still be doing our 6:30 a.m. classes. And Jean-Luc and I are also going to plan to do impromptu classes. What does that mean? Work's done at 4. It's raining today. We don't want to go for a walk. We need to work out. We'll just schedule a Zoom. We'll tell you guys in step. The link will show up on our website. So if you're around at 4, you want to join us for a step class, you can join us impromptu at any time. So that's what we're going to be doing this summer. And that's why we changed the step section. So now when you want to register for step, you got to go click here and go to register like you used to get the email sent to you, because this way you'll know when we cancel. That's why we're doing this, is that you guys are aware of what's going on with our classes. And if you don't want to join us live, every day there's 2 classes right there for you to do from our past library. So that's the changes for that. Now back to you, Jean-Luc.
So I've just put in my
Sorry, going back.
So in my frying pan, I've just put in my brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I'm doing a little bit less tonight, guys, because I'm only making 2 apples instead of a 5 apple batch, because I'm also making strawberry ones. So we're gonna freeze a lot of these. We're gonna cook 1 each tonight to try them with you, but then we're gonna freeze the rest, because what is awesome about these spring rolls, and when they're dessert ones, actually all of the spring rolls I make, you can freeze them, which you can then just pull them out whenever you need them. So I'm just gonna let this warm up and make sure that the brown sugar and all that is melted well together. I also added a pinch of salt because that salt just enhances the flavors of the sweetness, and that's exactly what the salt does. Salt enhances flavors to everything. Again, I know you don't want to use too much. You don't need a lot as well. You just need a pinch. So I've now got this bubbling, and I'm just gonna throw in my apples, and now I'm gonna cook this down. You can keep going, hun.
Thank you.
Back to you, Nick.
See, look how great that works. So a few other things we want to talk about. This weekend on Saturday, we are walking the Shoppers Drug Mart Run for Women 5K walk. If you are doing this walk and you're watching this now and you're on another team, still let us know. Just like send us a message so we can meet up together and to walk.
We have to talk and see other people who are walking.
Exactly. Or if you are not registered yet and you want to join, you can sign up by just going to our website. Go to jeanlucandnick.com/run-for-women, and it'll bring you to our team page on the Shoppers Drug Mart website. So you can actually join our team directly from there. You can also support the cause by donating if you want. So if you can't walk with us and you want to sponsor our team, you can use the exact same link. And if you don't want to do that either, but you are in another city, because there are the walks across Canada, if you want to walk in your own city, please also look it up by going to the same link. So for those of you in Zoom, I'm going to share it in chat. And I'll share it in chat online over here as well.
One thing I forgot. Cinnamon. You need cinnamon. Add cinnamon. So I'm going to add my cinnamon to my apples as well, because they wouldn't be apple cinnamon spring rolls without cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Awesome. So now the next thing we want to talk to you guys about is the Iceland cruise. So for those of you who know, we are in the works. We are currently booking for an Iceland cruise in 2026 with Rustic Mama Retreats. And as you all know, we love going on cruises. It's one of our favorite things. And when we are on cruise ships, for those of you who've traveled with us, you know that especially on a cruise, we make the ship go crazy. We definitely make it a party. People remember us. We get messages. We actually got a message from someone who's on the Iceland cruise already booked saying, I'm on the same cruise as you guys.
I met you guys on your Christmas cruise.
And I'm going to be on the same cruise as you guys again. So we are going to Iceland. If you're interested, the website is jeanlucandnick.com/Iceland-cruise. The cruise is in 2026 in the summer. So if you are a teacher and you've never been able to come on a trip with us, this is your chance to actually come on a trip with us. And again, if it's a bucket list item of yours, if you've always wanted to go to Iceland and, you always thought, how am I going to go there? Come with a group. Come with us. We're going to be going to the Blue Lagoon. We're going to be doing a lot of excursions because that's just who we are. We love visiting things. So if you're a person who wants to explore, I want to see an iceberg.
And there's another option too. If you are a solo traveler and are interested, Rustic Mama does have a partnering program where they will.
So if you're worried about trying to get a single room and you don't want to, want to come,
unless there are no single.
There's no single room. If you're a single, you have to pay for double occupancy no matter what. So what they're doing is they're looking for people that are compatible in terms of, I'm a light sleeper, I go to bed early, I'm a partier, so they can group people together so people can save money and not have to pay full price for one room. So if you're interested in coming to Iceland, and again, you can come from anywhere to this trip because all this trip you're booking right now is the cruise itself. So if you can fly out from anywhere in North America. So if you're an American, if you're Canadian, you want to go to Iceland, you can come join us in 2026. So again, I'll post in the chat, the link for anybody who's interested. We love traveling. We've had so many trips now. So we went to Mexico, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, with a group of people. We also did a driving trip last year with my mom and Lynn.
Okay.
And all these trips, everything we do, we love to travel and we make our trips really. I think we make trips fun. So if you're looking for a fun experience and something different, look into it because you might come out of it going, oh my god, I'm so glad I went because plus Rustic Mama's going to be there too. Yeah, so I think the whole package is going to be amazing. Plus it's Iceland. Yesterday I thought Iceland was before Greenland, but no, it's opposite. I just realized that. So I'm like, my maps, I need to relearn my maps again.
How dare you not know your maps?
And yes, and we do have Jamaica coming up in December as well. But that one's pretty much booked up. But I think if You'd have to ask, but I think it's booked up now.
I think it is full.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
it's full.
100% sure on that
Yeah, I'm
one.
not
We
100%
can
sure.
confirm though.
So if you're interested, still let us know. But that one's I think is all booked up. So another thing that we want to talk to you guys about is the Kickstart Part 2 book is now available. So those of you who are doing Kickstart for the rest of the summer, I've seen a few of you post it on the Facebook group. We just bought ours today. You know, of course, the people who wrote the book didn't buy theirs yet.
We forgot.
So
We told all of you.
so ours is coming soon. So we're gonna have ours too because we love tracking our commitments in it. It's just how we track right now.
We buy our own book.
Yeah,
we don't print a copy.
Yeah, we buy our own book too because we don't want to. I'm sorry, it's just too much work.
We like them. we like it.
Yeah, I like the book. I just do.
I'm more likely. Well, you know what? And everybody's different. If you make it work for you, right?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna post this here. So yeah, so the Kickstart Part 2, what's in it? So for those of you wondering what's in it, we actually have in there the all your trackers. So you have weekly trackers from week 7 to week 21 of the summer. So that means you have everything from now till the end of September 21st. Every single day is in there. You have your QR code to access your daily guide from every day all the way to 147, sorry. You have everything in there to and all it is tracking. All the beginning of the book is that extra pages that I used to include are not on there because it's no, you guys are pros now, you don't need the rest.
It is a
tracker. It's just a tracker. So if you need something for the summer to help you get your goals, it's available on Amazon. Just go to our website, jeanlucinc.com/Amazon for a printed version. Or if you want a PDF version to use on your iPad, just go to our shop. So jeanlucinc.com/shop. Want to take it over?
I do actually. So I've got my apples cooking. I just put it down. It's simmering really low. I'm gonna let it simmer down. I turned off the actual I want to say it in French. I don't know how to say it in English.
The stove?
The element?
The
Yeah,
element.
the le rond. That's how we say it in French. I turned off le rond because it's round. So I turned it off. I'm going to let that cool because once this mixture cools, let me show this real quick over here. You're going to see like how it's bubbling up because of the sugar inside. And this is what you want. You want this to become like almost a caramel mapley type mixture. So yes, it's not just it's the apple cinnamon, right? It's that texture that you want. So I'm gonna let that cool down. As that cools down, I'm gonna come over here because now I'm gonna make my strawberry cheesecake mixture. And it's not really cheesecake. It is and it isn't. And that's why I use my quotation marks the way I use it. Because you could technically do this without the cream cheese. You could technically do this without the cream cheese, but we like the cream cheese consistency.
So that's why it's not quotes.
So what ends up happening is
this is the argument from the other day.
I'm not getting into it again. If all it is basically, this recipe is really simple. Where is it over here? Greek yogurt, sugar-free Jell-O. If you've not tried this yet, it's crazy what it does.
It's amazing.
So what we do in the morning with our fruit and our granola, I take yogurt. I put in maybe a tablespoon of sugar-free Jell-O, mix it together, add some water to it to make it more into a Jell-O type custard consistency. Put a dollop of that on top of my fruit with some of my granola, and that's our breakfast in the morning. It's a great breakfast. Protein because of the yogurt, so really good. However, if you simply mix the Greek yogurt and the Jell-O together without the water, it ends up becoming this cream cheesy texture because the gelatin inside the Jell-O thickens your yogurt. So it adds that texture. I just like the cream cheese in it because it does give the cheesy feel.
And everyone who's had it has given it 10 thumbs up.
Yeah.
And they only have 2 thumbs.
Yeah.
So explain how they did that.
You're funny, honey. I'm
That's
sorry,
right.
I forgot my half.
It is cheesecake flavored. It is.
Yeah, no, it is technically not cheesecake flavored. It's white chocolate because the cheesecake is only available. I've never found it in Canada. Only found it in the U.S. So I use the white chocolate, and trust me, it is just.
So if you're in the U.S., you can use white chocolate, or you can use
the cheesecake.
Or if you are, we don't use vanilla because I know this because I was at a rustic mama retreat where Jean-Luc made this, and he said he does not use vanilla because it's too yellow, so it makes the cheesecake filling look yellow.
Yeah, because it has a French vanilla look.
That's
to it.
why.
Yeah.
See, I learned.
You did. You listened.
I'm a
You
good
didn't learn.
student.
You listened. You listened. It's about time.
I learned.
I'm time to freaking listen to something I say. I love you. But and the other reason why I use the white chocolate, it has a different flavor than the vanilla. I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's just I prefer it. So
it's really good.
Half a cup of Greek yogurt here.
And what Jean-Luc was saying about why you don't have to use strawberries. You can actually get peaches, cut them up really fine.
Yeah.
I put peaches in that.
Blueberries, blackberries.
You know, any fruit that you would want, you can put in this.
I would recommend using fresh fruit before I would go frozen.
Yes,
Reason being is frozen fruit is way too wet.
Too much moisture.
Too much moisture. And then your spring roll wrappers are just gonna fall apart. They're not gonna be able to hold the consistency of like a maraschino cherry or anything that's too wet.
Yeah.
Fresh cherries it could work.
Yeah.
Definitely could work. And I would not recommend pre-cooking those ones. Again, I would put those in just raw and roll it in. I've never thought about chocolate, Devin.
Chocolate pudding.
I think you could definitely do this with chocolate pudding instead.
Valentine's Day, chocolate
Yeah, make
strawberry.
chocolate strawberry spring rolls a great idea. I can't make it here.
Don't make it as a recipe.
Yeah.
Just write it up. Don't have to make it once. When I'm.
I'll make it when you're. No, I can't even make it when your mom's here. Because your mom doesn't do dairy anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to add the cream cheese, which is about 2 tablespoons of cream cheese to that. And then I'm going to add my half a pack of white chocolate. I'm not even going to use a half a pack because I find sometimes it's too much and you don't need the half a pack. I used a quarter of a pack because I've already used a quarter earlier. But I still have half a pack here. And then just stir this together. You can use a hand emulsifier if you want. I don't think you need it though, because
The silent thing?
yes, this is a silent thing. I'm look at that. Oh my god, the smell. I love the smell of that too. It smells so good. So I'm then gonna set this aside and just let it sit for a few seconds. Because the Jell-O, again, you can put it in the fridge too. Actually, put that in the fridge real quick for me. Because the Jell-O, again, you need the Jell-O. You want the Jell-O to set a little bit. It doesn't take a long time. I'm telling you, that Jell-O and the yogurt and pudding mixture together, it sets pretty quickly. And what I love about it too is how long. I'm a very impatient person. If you want pudding right away, make it with yogurt. Yeah. If you want pudding right away, you don't need to wait. Make it with yogurt because your yogurt, again, sets it right away. You can eat it and it makes a nice, smooth consistency too. Next thing you're going to need is the fruit of choice. Our fruit is strawberries, of course. You know what? You could probably use the the strawberry Jell-O mix. I don't think there would be an issue with that.
I don't think any Jell-O.
Yeah, I think any of the Jell-Os would work.
There's no set recipe.
Yeah, there's
you can swap out anything, it'll work. You can put anything in a spring roll.
And we actually do have another Jell-O recipe with yogurt, Greek yogurt, and 0% Jell-O where you actually microwave it. Mix it together.
Jell-O pie.
Jell-O pie, crustless Jell-O pie. We've been using that for years. And that one you just put in the fridge into a pie crust. And there's a pie dish and cut it out and it comes out as pie slices. I just want to show you the strawberries that I bought almost 2.5 weeks ago. I can't believe that they're still good. I will say this.
Exactly. Lemon cheesecake and
ooh, a lemon. Yeah, that would be delicious. Any combo. Yeah, you do the lemon Jell-O with the blueberries inside of it. Ooh, delish. I might try that actually. So I already took some strawberries, washed them. I'm now just gonna get them ready. And how I do this is I cut them into just small pieces or slices. You can cut them the way you want to cut them. I use a knife for it. I don't use the machine. But you're holding it for me.
Well, I love how you put the phone down and it's a camera.
No, they can see it. I had already.
There was no. It was in front of this.
No, it was because I must have just moved it. But I swear I looked down and you could see it. No, I gotta back it up. But there.
Back.
So I'm just gonna cut up my strawberries into like
Back it up. Back it up.
just small little
Back.
cubes. I have never really said a cube to strawberry, but
Back it up.
just into small little chunks. I'm just ignoring him right now. I know he's backing it up.
I thought you would care. Not at all. Not even one.
Not even a bit. Not even a bit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do dishes.
Definitely.
You don't need the yogurt anymore, right?
No, all that could be put away now. Everything's almost done. I took out my spring roll wrappers. They were in the freezer because they're always frozen. We buy the frozen ones. I took them out.
And we've shown them before
Yeah.
when we've done other sessions, but this is the spring rolls we buy. They are frozen.
And
they're not they're not
egg roll wrappers.
egg roll wrappers. They are spring roll wrappers. You find them in the frozen
There's
section.
3 sizes.
We've seen them at Walmart. We've seen them at Loblaws.
Yeah.
Not at Farm Boy.
Nope.
So that's you've seen it at other 2 places, but Asian grocery stores have them all.
Oh, yeah,
the time as
definitely.
well. They all have these.
These are the medium-sized ones. There's smaller ones which are more like for ragout, like crab ragoon type size. They're a little bit smaller, and then these are the medium ones, and then there's the really big ones.
What's it for?
Crab ragoon?
Yeah, every time you say that, it makes me
I don't like that strawberry. What strawberry did you give?
Are you able to just shift to?
I am gonna. Well, yeah, I can. Give me 2 seconds.
Just I don't want to hit you with the push down.
Yes. Give me the cutting board.
And roll right here.
And definitely, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Can you guys see that? Okay. Do you guys see my cutting board here? Do you see? Do you see? Do you
Yeah,
see?
you see both angles.
Excellent. So one thing I wanted to show you guys. Now a couple weeks ago, I made spring rolls. I don't even know if it was with you guys or with somebody else, but I froze some, and I took them out today to actually show you guys. I just took whatever was thawed, and they look ready to use, prêt à porter, prêt à manger, almost like a fashion show, right? So you can, again, if you're not able to use the entire pack that you take out, you can freeze them again and reuse them.
And these are freezable. So
Yeah.
when you're making these spring rolls, you can freeze them. We actually
Definitely.
have some in our freezer already.
We do some strawberry ones.
Yeah. So if you know one day you want to have a dessert that's ready, that's not too crazy.
Oh yeah.
You can have it in your freezer and just
I love when this happens. So I'm gonna show you guys right here. Look at this is look at how thick this is. And there's not much cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. The rest is just yogurt and pudding. So it actually gives you that like cheesecake type filling
without all the
with more protein than anything, right? So I'm now gonna take my wonton wrapper, I had wonton in the room. Can you get me a small dish with some water? The little white one of the little white bowls. So I'm gonna take one of my spring roll wrappers. And I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. And I do this for all my spring rolls. My veggie spring rolls, they are rolled the exact same way. These are extremely thin, as you can see, super thin. You can see through them. Place it down in front of me in a diagonal way. I don't want it square, I want it diagonal because I'm gonna wrap it as if I was making what's the word I'm looking for? A burrito. I wrap it like a burrito. So I'm gonna take a spoon. I'm gonna take some of the mixture, not too much. Place that in the middle and spread it around just a bit. Sometimes it's a little hard to spread. That's okay. You don't need a lot of it because you don't want to fill these like to the point where they bust. You want them to stay contained within the actual spring roll shell. And then now we're going to take a few strawberries, add some strawberries to that. Right? Just a few. You guys see that okay? I'll bring that closer. How's that? Okay, now, you want to hold it so they can see how I fold this? Yeah. No, we can't go down. So, I'm going to take the 2 corners, fold them to the middle, and then I'm going to wrap. So now it looks like an envelope, right? I have an envelope fold. You see that? There's an envelope. I should have did this on the black cutting board. You can see better. Now, I'm going to just roll. Here. Yeah, I'll switch in just a second. Roll. Put it up there. Yeah. There we go. Now you can actually see the
contrast.
It's the contrast with the spring roll. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of water, dab water on the edge, and voila, like a little cigar. However, this is going to get warm. Heat is going to make it melt. I don't want it to explode. I double wrap them. I then Take another.
Yo, twice.
Yes. I take another spring roll wrapper. Place the rolled spring roll right in the middle. And just do my folds again. Fold over. Fold my corners. Roll. Take a little bit of water. And voila. Spring roll. Strawberry spring roll.
Want to try it?
No, I'm gonna make both strawberries right now.
Oh, I only made one. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm gonna then take some of my cream cheese.
I will
cheesecake
post a
mixture.
picture of the wrapper and on the dashboard, so you guys can find it better.
Yeah.
I'll post it
There
on
might
the
be
comment
different-
section.
There might be different like brands of them, but this is the only brand
We have
I've
another
ever.
one. We have another one
we
right
have-
here.
yeah, we have 3 of them. I think I bought another one too. So I then have it, as you can see, fold over the corners, roll. I'm not one to be able to roll them all exactly the same size. Sometimes I get really good. After you make them a few times, it gets easier to roll. You just become a pro. It just becomes easier and easier. You learn how to put your filling in better as well. You can make them probably a little thicker than this, but I like them tiny. I think they're fun to eat that way. Oh, you already have it warming up?
Yeah.
Can you grab a parchment paper liner underneath? And roll. You see? So I have 2 of them there. Yeah, they're in the container. You have to fold it there. So I've got 2 of those done. I'm gonna put this to the side because I'm gonna roll the rest afterwards, or as we talk a little bit more later. I'm now gonna do an apple one. So I'm now gonna take this same process
It's on the dashboard.
on the dashboard as well. What's that? Oh, the
You
picture.
need the picture.
Perfect. So I've got my apple mixture here. I suggest I'm making these same day. I suggest if you are making them same day, wait till your apples are extremely cold before you roll them. I'm rolling it warm right now. I would let it cool down completely before you roll them. I think it makes it easier that way. Not only that, your caramel sauce that's in there, or that sauce that's in there, is going to thicken the more it sits. It's going to congeal a little bit more. And you don't want this to be overly liquidy because, again, these shells or these wrappers are very, very, very super thin. So you see, put that in. You can add blueberries to this if you want to. You can also add, nothing stopping you from adding the cheesecake mixture, making an apple cheesecake spring roll, right? Like you can do that as well.
Lynn's requesting some of these for tomorrow.
Oh.
There will be some left for you and my mom.
So I'm rolling this one here, and look at this already. Look at how I rolled this one. Do you see how thin that is? So if I went and cooked this just like this, it will work, but it could potentially explode. So I've just gotten into the custom now of double rolling them. And it's almost like making cigars. I feel like I'm a cigar maker. And voila. Another one. And I'm gonna make another one. Oh, look at that. The extras from a couple weeks ago is exactly what we needed for 4 spring rolls.
Perfect.
How funny is that? How funny is that?
It's hilarious.
It's
I'm
all
laughing
hilarious.
inside.
It's really warm in here.
Can you tell?
Whew, it's
And
warm in
it's
here.
warm in this condo.
It's definitely hot.
We have 2 windows open. We have the fans going, and
Yeah.
it's still warm.
My
apple.
I'm gonna tell you, my apple concoction this evening is a little wetter than I would have liked it to be, but that's okay. I'm just gonna make sure that I double roll them. And you can roll, like, as I'm rolling, I try to make sure it's a roll, that it's not a fold, so that way you're getting a cylinder, right? You don't want it, you can make it into pockets. If you have an issue with the rolling set part of it, don't feel like you can't make it into a little pocket. It will still cook. It'll still crisp up in the air fryer. You can technically bake these in the oven. I would say we've done it in the past before the air fryers, before we even had an air fryer. They don't crisp up the same way. I will be very honest, but they do. It still does work. You can still get that same type of feeling. They just don't crisp up the same way. So they don't have that exact same spring roll feel.
To answer your question, Kevin, you can use, yes, interchangeably pudding or jello.
Yes.
It'll work regardless. So if you wanted to make yourself I don't know why, a fudge sickle, like an orange sickle spring roll,
Go for it.
you could. I wouldn't recommend it, but if that's your thing, I'm
thinking
all
strawberry.
the power to you.
Strawberry kiwi would be really good.
Yeah, strawberry kiwi.
The only thing with the jello, I will say this: I have a feeling that the jello might. I don't know, like, because I don't know what the jello will look like cooked. That's the only difference. You'd have to try it because I've never tried it, so I don't know how the jello will actually what it'll do once it's warmed up.
It'll do the same thing.
I can't say it because I've never done it. So you don't know.
You
don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
It's science.
So I'm putting in 2 apple ones. I'm putting in 2 strawberry ones. So apples on the right, strawberries on the left. Okay.
Okay.
I'm taking where is it? Oh, I forgot I moved it. My Bertolli olive oil spray. Just a quick spray on top. And then I'm also gonna flip it right away. Quick spray again. Done. Have them in there. Coming away over here. Putting it in the air fryer. I start by about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna put 10 minutes. But I'm gonna come back. I might add extra time if I don't feel they've crisped up and are golden brown enough. I want them to be golden brown. If you guys only saw the faces he was making at me behind the camera right now, you guys all think he's an angel and he makes himself look like and sound like one. He's not. He's not
making things up.
I'm definitely not making things up. Okay, so I'm gonna keep rolling. Talk away, honey.
Next topic of conversation. I'll let you showcase your rolling abilities. So another thing we wanted to talk to you guys about was the Windsor pedal and pour. We had one person who could not join us, so we have 1 extra seat available. So if anybody wants to come on a pedal and pour and you're in the Windsor area, let us know. We have a ticket available. And we also have our St. Jacobs event coming up in July. So for those of you in the Toronto or GTA area, those of you who want to go visit St. Jacobs, you just have to go to our website to sign up because we are going to have lunch. So our plan is to go shopping at the market first, get some vegetables and some
to bring home with us.
Yes, to bring home. And then we're going to make our way to St. Jacobs Village to go for lunch afterwards. We haven't picked the restaurant yet, but that should be picked soon. And so we just need you to register so that we get the right number of people for the reservation at the restaurant. So we're excited for those events. We have more coming. We are going to be in Ottawa in August. Potentially, if we're not selected for Family Feud Canada, like you said. So there's potential that we might be in Ottawa in August. And if we are, we're going to be attending Pride celebrations. So we might do an event at Pride. So if anybody's in the Ottawa area, we can do that with you there.
Cute little thing that I just thought of, which I've done before, but I don't know why I didn't think about it tonight till just now, is instead of even using the water to close up your spring roll, use a little bit of the actual cream cheese mixture. Put a dab at the corner and it rolls perfectly well. Did the power just go? I thought I saw something just flash. But you see how it just folded like perfectly well and it keeps it sealed nice and tight.
Like the seal step?
Yeah, like the seal step. So how's everybody been doing? How are you guys feeling right now? Are you guys looking forward to the next, like the fact that, Kickstart is still continuing, that you guys are like.
I'm actually working on the fall Kickstart. I already know how many weeks. I already know when it's going to start, when it's going to end. I already going to start the book soon. So the book will be ready in June. So I'm not waiting until September. So we're looking air fryer is at 375 Fahrenheit.
Yes, the air fryer is at 375.
375.
You want to pull out the container of the frozen ones, hon?
Yeah.
And we'll show them what they look like frozen because we already have some, which is awesome. I made a bunch one weekend. I don't know why.
That's why I was saying, Lynn, there's some left.
I will say this. What's really fun about this, guys, is this is a great way to use your fruit that is about to go bad. It's
So
a great way.
These are all strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah, those
spring
are
rolls.
strawberry cheesecakes.
So they're all ready, and whenever you want some, you just pop in the air fryer, air fry it, and there you go, instant dessert. So if you're a person who likes sweets, you know, and something that you wanted something different because you know you're always having the same thing, you know, use this instead. You're having yogurt, you know, if you like yogurt and fruit.
Oh my god, I just thought of something that I might try. Can you imagine using a butterscotch pudding and putting pecans in it and making almost like a butter tart spring roll?
Mm.
I might just have to try that. I just might have to
Might
try
have
that.
to have, but we're gonna have a lot more spring roll recipes coming to you, coming to you soon.
What? Burger spring roll.
He wanted to create a pierogi
A
spring roll.
pierogi spring roll. Use these, fill it with some a little bit of mashed potatoes and some
bacon. No raisins.
No raisins.
You know that. No raisins in this house.
Raisins do not exist in this house.
Raisins don't.
Sorry. Those of you who love raisins, we apologize.
I had a water, but I don't know where it went. I watered. Oh, there it is.
I was like, where'd it go?
That's what I've been looking for. I guess I was looking with my eyes closed.
Oh, we are up to how many people for the cruise, honey?
Yeah. Oh, that's the
yeah.
28 people.
28 people are coming on the brunch cruise with us, which is so exciting.
So again, if you're in the Toronto area and you want to come on this cruise, we have until Sunday to add more people to be guaranteed
Saturday.
Price. Sunday.
Oh, I thought it was Saturday. Sorry,
It's the 7th.
Okay.
Which is 7th.
Sunday the 7th. I apologize.
So if you want to join the cruise, if you're interested, let us know. Tickets are still available. And it's $100 because what we're doing also is we plan to have some games on board with some prizes. So if you want a fun, you know, morning or lunch, afternoon with us, and you're interested, sign up for the Toronto Brunch Cruise. Just go to jeanlucandnick.com/Toronto-brunch-cruise. That's it. And then you can sign up.
Okay. These aren't ready yet, and this has been 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like at the 5-minute mark. You could start seeing it getting a little golden brown around the edges. These are the apple ones. You can tell right away which ones are which because of the sauce coming out. Those are the strawberry ones. So I'm going to put them back in.
We cook them from frozen.
Yeah, right from frozen. You do not.
You don't want them to thaw because they'll get mushy.
You cook them a lot slower though, right? You're not going to cook them at a high heat.
You don't want no mushy spring rolls.
No, what happens is if you cook them at a high heat when they're from frozen, what's going to happen is your outside's going to cook right away, but the inside's going to stay frozen. And how many times have you done that where you're like so hungry that you're like, if I crank up the oven, it'll cook faster.
And then you burn it.
And then the top is burnt, then you still can't put your fork through it because it's still frozen in the middle, right? So take that into consideration when you're...
True story.
When you're
happened to a friend of ours.
I've actually heard well, I've never done it, but someone suggested once, I don't remember who it was, like partially cooking them and then freezing them, but I don't think there's no reason to have to do that, but if that's something that you want to try, it's always an option.
Ooh,
right?
Jean-Luc made something today.
Ooh, I did. I made something else too.
He made banana.
Oh my god, we have so many
frozen
bananas.
Because our freezer was becoming a frozen banana factory.
Yeah.
And there was too many frozen bananas in the frozen banana factory that we had to use some of the frozen bananas from our frozen banana factory. So he did.
There's a lot of bananas.
There's a lot of bananas.
It's so funny.
You know why? Because yesterday we got our meat order, so I pull everything out. I'm like, Han, there's like 6 bags of bananas in here. You need to mix the banana out big.
It's because we buy them, we eat some, but there's always 1 or 2 that we don't eat because again,
We've been pretty good.
Nick does not like a specific like.
If the banana starts to have a spot, I'm done.
As soon as it gets yellow,
a spot, done.
Yeah.
Like for me, my favorite is when it's that green to yellow transition, like right at that moment where it's perfect, and then cold at the same time. So in the fridge and you pull it out, it's nice and cold. I know, but it's still better cold.
No, you know what?
When it goes too far, then it becomes too sweet, and the texture becomes too nah. Like I can't. Ugh.
Oh, you put them away? We need to put these away, so that's why I was like, why'd you put the frozen ones away?
Oh.
For
a second
there was a method to my madness. Sorry, everybody. That was off a little bit. There's a method to my madness there. I will say this. It does take a little bit of time to make. Like I would never make just 1 or 2 of these.
No, that's why he freezes
So
them.
this is why I freeze.
So when we have people over and it's there, oh, we've got something already ready.
I want a dessert real quick. Boom, I have dessert quick in the oven. You make 1 each, a little bit of whipped cream. I'm gonna show you how we top them as well. You don't even need whipped cream on them. You can put a dollop of ice cream if you want. You could put another dollop of your cream cheese. You don't really need it though. You can literally just pick it off the plate and eat it as is, because it is so, like, it has that satisfying gratification. It is very gratifying. It's a yummy eat. It's a yummy eat. So there.
I usually roll 2, but today I did the dishes. My job's done. I'm here for comic relief now. But bum.
It's funny looking. But bum.
You're so funny.
I am.
You
I
try.
think I'm pretty funny. Funny looking.
No. You're perfect for me.
What was I gonna say? There's something I wanted to mention. Oh my goodness, you know what? Oh, another commitment. Yeah, definitely. Another commitment that I'm really impressed with myself again, and I want to keep this one going, is I've been really doing the audiobooks and I'm really liking it. I'm almost done whatchamacallit? Atomic Habits. I'm almost done. I have about an hour left of that one. And I've got a few books like in the waiting room going, okay, what am I gonna read next? So it's been really cool to see that that's a habit that I think I'm hoping, not that a commitment that I'm gonna keep using and keep going now that it's easy. And I love this whole concept of not thinking that if I missed one day, I'm a failure. I really want everyone to get rid of that mindset. You are not a failure if you miss a day.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. We get it. Oh crap!
What?
They exploded.
Oh no!
Because you did when they were put back in. It looked like it was put back for 25
I
minutes.
didn't touch anything.
I don't know. It's weird.
Don't
okay.
Don't look at me and try to blame me.
That's okay. They did explode a little bit. That's okay. It's all Nick's fault. He touched.
I just stood here and apparently
all of the faces he was making behind the camera jinxed it. I love you, honey. I love you, honey. I'm gonna let those.
This is my
just a few
I'm not
seconds.
impressed face.
When are you ever impressed?
Sometimes.
Not often.
Apparently not.
So as I was saying, this whole concept of not thinking that one day is the end of everything, because it's not. One of the things that Atomic Habit, and we've even talked about it many a times, is realizing that get back to it as soon as you possibly can. This is where we know we lacked with step. We know that we struggle when it comes to waking up in the morning. That's the one thing we didn't get back to it right away. So now we need to recreate that.
And that's why one of my commitments is possibly going to be I have to wake up at a certain time, because that'll force me to wake up. It'll also force me to go to bed earlier. And that's why we're also doing these drop-in classes, because another thing that we're struggling right now is we want to go for walks at night. We don't want to stay inside and teach a step class. We want to go for a walk, especially on beautiful days. And we're really on a walking kick right now. Like we're both really enjoying walks. So, and we're pretty good at it. So we wanted to keep doing it. So like we don't walk in the winter. So why are we going to lock ourselves in all summer inside a condo? So that's why we decided we're going to do, we might even do a class at lunchtime. You might one day be, hey, they're online right now. Yeah, we might just lunchtime for lunch for work. Instead of having lunch, we'll just do a step class. And then, you know, people can join us if they want. And that's what we'll do. We'll just, this summer, we'll have our morning classes and try to bring in more steps so that.
I think like Nick is saying right there is the fact that if we start doing it more often, we might be able to recreate another habit in wanting to do it again.
Yeah. Because right now the struggle is at night is that we're busy, so sometimes we can't do it. And also we want to go for walks. On Wednesday, Jean-Luc couldn't go for a walk because yesterday, because he was in the office all day, and when we came back, we had to
and it was raining.
It was raining to do all this stuff here, so was it so. No, I had the thunderstorm yesterday.
And then this Wednesday, I'm at a work event till 11 o'clock at night. So there's no way that I'm able to do anything. I'm going to be busy all day. It is our work EAW week, our employee appreciation week next week, and it's one of my busiest weeks because there's a lot of in-person events that they want us to attend. Cheesy on top.
Yeah, I think I found a bit further on this.
Yeah, I realize that. That's okay.
Want me to rip some up?
Yeah, if you can get some ready for me, that would be great.
That's my job.
That's his job.
I can pull them apart.
He can. He pulls. Yeah, he can. He's still on the move. So I'm gonna go ahead and get. You know what, hun? Let's hold off on that, and let's get the 4 ready. No, you keep doing that. I'll get the other 2 ready.
I'm like,
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
someone here on this license.
Move this over here. I'll roll that one strawberry one because that's all there is.
Yeah, keep the apples for breakfast.
Yeah.
You just made more strawberry ones, right?
What do you mean? Yeah, this is all the ones that I wanted to finish the strawberry ones.
The apples can be breakfast tomorrow
Yeah.
morning with oats and the
I'm not
leftover.
gonna- you know what, the apple mixture, it's very similar to my apple granola that I make in the morning. It's just put into a spring roll. So if you really look at my morning granola,
Apple pie granola.
my apple pie granola, it's basically this recipe with just granola on top. Ooh, that's another idea too. Throwing in some granola inside of this, like your granola inside of the apples. Delish. Delish. Last one. You think? Piece of strawberry. No fruit left behind.
Don't leave me.
No. And roll. And then one more. I'm not gonna lie, I love rolling spring rolls. I find it fun, so I could sit here and just roll spring rolls forever. It makes me happy. I know that sounds
Guys are great.
it sounds weird, but it really does make me happy.
You never knew, dear.
How much I love you,
Please don't take
my sunshine.
away.
Okay. Voila! So these are now ready to freeze.
That's the only way you can sing a song without getting copyright infringement.
Going into the
My mom's
freezer.
calling me.
I'm now taking the wrappers that I did not use, putting them into a Ziploc bag,
We're live.
and holding it.
My mom's
Zipping it up.
calling during a live segment. She should know better.
You should know
It
better.
should be in the Zoom.
Expired.
Fired.
Fired. Get rid of her.
Bye, mom.
No.
We'll see you tomorrow.
She's gonna be here tomorrow. So that's all done. I'm now gonna take. There's multiple ways of doing this. Since I'm only making 2 of them, I'm not gonna do it the way I normally would because.
You know, one of the things he does.
Yes. I would roll them in cinnamon sugar. So I would take a pie dish, have some cinnamon sugar in the pie dish, spray them with just a little bit, again, a spray of the olive oil spray, and then roll them in the sugar, in the cinnamon sugar. Tonight, because we're eating them just as is, I'm gonna make it a little easier and not have to put out so much cinnamon sugar. Just gonna give us 2 rolls. Or we're just gonna eat them like this. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. I made 1 each. Oh my god, that's so good. That's delicious. But pass the
what? What?
spray. Just a little bit of a spray. Just a quick, I'm gonna do it over here so I don't spray everything. Just a quick one, nothing major. Quick. And then take some of your cinnamon sugar and just do a sprinkle. You don't need a lot of it, just enough to coat it. If you want, as well, if you want to indulge a little bit more, make my date caramel sauce for a dip. Use a pre-made caramel sauce if you want as well. Just drizzle some on top. It's not necessary, but if you want to indulge a little bit more, you can. Here you go, honey. Want to move this one? Which one are we going to eat first?
I think I'm gonna try the strawberry.
Strawberry first.
Cheers. And I'm gonna show you guys.
Looks like that. You see, it exploded, but it's okay. It still stays together. It's amazing. It's like mini strawberry pies. Like absolutely.
It's heaven in that.
Very happy. Makes me happy. I wish I could share with all of you.
Whoa! If I could turn back time. Whoa.
I really hope you guys all decide to try it. Very, very, so worth it.
I'm gonna try the apple one now.
The crunchiness of the spring roll wrapper, the sweetness, which is not overly sweet either, especially the strawberry ones. Nope.
It's like almost like you're having. Look at that. Apple filling around a nice little dough. It's so good. It's like apple pie in a compact form.
Yeah, it's a great way to get apple pie in or any type of pie in without having to make a full pie, right? Because what's the issue behind a lot of times when you're making a full pie or you're making a full cake? It's left on the counter or it's put in the fridge, and then you keep going back for more, right? So my thought process is if you eat 2 of these and you have frozen ones, yeah, you might go back for more, but you're not going to go back and eat all 28 of them. The odds of that are a lot because they're frozen, but
It's so good.
I haven't made the apple ones in a long time. Well, that's a lie. Rushed up, not much. Anyways, on that note, we're going to stop the live stream for tonight. Hopefully you have a great evening. Stick around, Zoom. We'll talk to you guys for a bit. And have a fantastic weekend if we don't see you guys this weekend.
We will see you.
We'll probably go live during the walk.
Yeah, we'll see you on Sunday though for the Kickstart
community chat.
The end of Kickstart. The end of Kickstart. That's because it still says that on the thing, even though that's not what it is. Hey, I'm already ready. You know, I said
the headline hasn't come up yet.
The fall.
Man in North York falls off of balcony.
As I was watching the windows today, I was like,
never. I don't even wish that. That was definitely just a joke.
Yeah, because I actually grabbed a mop today to wipe the glass on the outside of the balcony.
And I will say this.
I have to do it again.
We washed with just water the first time because it was so it was so dirty. We actually used the Norwax afterwards, and it was actually the non-streaking part of it was pretty cool.
But now our inside windows
need to be cleaned.
So now those need to be cleaned.
So now we're like, oh my god.
But at least you can see a bit better through, right?
A bit.
Because we have 2 layers of glass, so one layer is cleaner. The other one out there I'm gonna do again tomorrow. I'm gonna I'm putting a mop head in the wash. It gets cleaned again, so I'll do it again. I washed the floor outside too, like I said.
Stopping the okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Apparently he wants to get off.
Well, I thought I had already said bye and we keep talking.
No, that's fine. Bye.
Bye.